Hello, how's it going? So today I thought I would show you how to use my favorite productivity app, Notion. So I'm going to show you my way of using Notion, which I haven't seen anyone else use it the way I do, but it has absolutely changed the game for the way I organize any notes that I take. So this is a new account here, right? You see all them pages down the side? Don't worry about them. You don't need to look at them. You can if you want. You'll learn something, but I wouldn't bother. So for my system, we'll create a new page, call it whatever you want. Okay, so if you push slash, there's going to be a whole list of commands that you could do. We're just going to use 3, keep it simple. We're going to use templates, pages, and headings. So create a template. You do that by slash template, and then type slash h1 into that box. So what this does, right, is it every time you push this template button, it creates a new heading every time. So you can make loads. We'll make them a nice pink too. I want to keep this vibrant. Now we have a button that just makes new headings, right? Very simple. So anytime you have an idea, right? Let's say you're watching a video. So you're just watching videos on YouTube, right? Dogs wearing boots, excellent. And you decide, oh my God, this is a fantastic business opportunity. What you do is you just go to this page and you type in, make boots for dogs and sell for profit. Then what you can do is you can go to the link, paste it in underneath, done. And you can type underneath this, say advertise to people who have dogs. Anytime I have an idea or anytime I find an interesting link or article or video or whatever, I just put it into my Notion. You can download the Notion web clipper and actually just save links directly, but I like just copying and pasting the links. Now, what you could do is you could just make a page, say, make boots for dogs. So any links, you just put them inside the page and then it comes up just like this. Some people find this a lot neater. I find it a bit clunky, so that's why I use headings, but I find this just works very well for me. Maybe it's different for yourself. And I can also do it on my phone so that I can put down my ideas instantly. Well, you see that bottom corner there? There's a wee Notion box. Do you see that? Oh, Jesus. I go directly to that page from this box, and it means that I can just plot my ideas into Notion, and I don't have to think about it. It's not taking up any sort of mental space, and I don't need to worry about forgetting them either, because anytime I have an idea, I just put it down straight away. So what you're probably thinking is, Rory, after about a week, that page will be full up of all sorts of random shite. Like, I'm not just going to troll through, hundreds of pages of can I make boots for dogs or cats, dogs better than cats, can dogs look up? Obviously, over the course of a couple of days, I'd been writing a lot about dogs. So, make a new page and call it dogs. Just drag all the dog information in here. Excellent. So now we've split all of our dog ideas into this section here. And it gets me thinking. I think, do you know what? It's not really dogs I'm talking about. It's making boots for dogs. So I just say dog boot business, right? Because that's the fundamental idea. And then I see here, it says make boots for dogs and sell for dollars. That's pretty much the title. So I can just delete it. Are cats better than dogs? Can dogs look up? I suppose you could call these questions. So let's make a page and call it questions and just plonk these questions in here. And you can start to see a wee bit of structure beginning to form. So you'll notice anytime I drag something in here, it kind of piles up at the bottom. You don't really need to do this, but this is purely for aesthetic reasons. I put a wee divider in. I actually put 2. And then I add a heading that says organize below. Now, anytime that I drop something in, it'll just go below the organize below thing, which means these are just random notes that need to be organized. So I'll make another page here called links and just put any links to videos. Just drop them in there as well. What this does is it allows you to batch your ideas together and create structure. And you'll notice here, there's a wee straggler here, advertise to people who have dogs. I think it's important to advertise to people who have dogs, but it's kind of implied when you're making a business for dog boots. So I can either drop this below, organize below, and just organize it later, or just delete it. The whole point is that this system can move all the time. It shifts. A lot of people that use Notion will build a structure. They'll say, oh, this is a business page. You know, this is a health page. And then what they'll do, any ideas they have, they try to cram them in to these molds. I think it's the wrong way to go. I think for Notion, what you should do is jot down all your ideas. Any idea you get, just put it in there. Let's say you're working away, you get an idea, you just jot it into Notion and then go back to your work. It means you don't get distracted. But it also means that you can create structures out of your ideas as opposed to creating structure and then putting your idea in it. Having your ideas are like sand that you build structures out of as opposed to getting a mold and then trying to fit your ideas into the mold. So do you see this wee column on the left hand side where I can just keep adding pages? I like keeping that as clear as possible. I just kind of want pages that I use all the time to be there. Say the dog boot business just didn't kind of work out. You know, I might do it in the future, I might not. Who knows? I'm going to need somewhere to put it because I don't want to clutter up my my page list. So what I do is I create a new page and just call it archive. And I create a database. So you can click on any of these. I would advise table. Each time you push plus new, that's creating a new page. And then across the right hand side, anytime I push plus here, I'm adding a new attribute. There's a bit of freestyle involved with these databases. So what I'm going to do is just keep it simple and just have a created time block. And what this does, if I make a new page, it'll just give me the date and the time. But it also means that if I drag this dog boot business in to the archive, it'll give me the date and the time that page was made. So let's just say I find a gap in the market and boots for dogs are banging. And I'm like, oh, I wrote a whole load of notes about boots for dogs. Let's go find it. When did I do it? I did it last year around April or something. Oh, there we go. Everything inside, the questions to answer are there. You know, the links are there. So basically, with this system, you can avoid distractions by just being able to put down your ideas as soon as they happen. You can begin to consolidate your ideas and, you know, put different ideas together in order to form bigger ideas. And then you can save them and come back to them later if you want. I just think this is one of the easiest ways that you can use Notion without having to learn all the commands, because it is quite daunting. Look at that list. Like, that's mental. That is mad. Now, a wee word of warning. Notion can be used for anything, right? You can make a calendar on it. But Google Calendar's better. You can write essays on this, but they're kind of clunky. It's kind of clunky to type. So Evernote just kind of makes more sense for that. You can make your daily to-do list on Notion, but it doesn't notify your phone. You can't. It just kind of makes more sense to use Todoist. Just because Notion has the ability to do anything a productivity app can do doesn't mean that it's the best at doing all those things. I found it is an excellent way to kind of capture ideas and build upon them. It's kind of like a seed nursery. You get a seed, you put it in some compost, you know, you add a wee bit of water, you know, you flesh it out a wee bit, starts to grow, starts to turn into a wee sapling, but then you want to be able to plant it in a garden. It's good for developing and growing ideas, but oftentimes you'll find that you need to move to another app to kind of do the more fleshed out things, like writing essays or creating schedules or to-do lists or whatever. So, in summary, 1 point of entry. Anytime you're working and you just need to jot down an idea, just plop it in there, then come back later, bundle them together, and just play around with your ideas. The thing is, you can make as many of these pages as you want. And then anytime you think, that idea, kind of want to retire it, it's not very important at the minute, you just drop it into your archive and you're done. They'll all be archived by date from when the page was created. So you can just think, was that, 10 months ago, 12 months ago? You can just go back to any of your ideas. They're all time dated and everything. The whole point of the system is that it's kind of, you're building structure out of your ideas as opposed to fitting your ideas into a mold. You may find that you need different pages. You may find that, let's say you make a lot of Instagrams posts or something. You just make a page called Instagram and turn it into a list. This can kind of stay on the side. Anytime you're thinking, oh, I need to post something on Instagram, you just click that and all of a sudden all your ideas are right in front of you. You can also decorate these pages. You can add icons, let's put a wee wave in here, add this moon man up here, kind of freshen it up a bit, keep it interesting. I think I've covered everything, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll help you out. Don't worry about it. Just give me a shout. Oh, I will say, you see these / commands? Just kind of go through them, play around with them, open them up, see what they do, and you'll figure out pretty quickly which ones you'll actually use and which ones you won't. Also, if you really want to be a Notion pro, learn how these attributes work. Just look at these, play around with these a wee bit, and have a look at these views. Try out each one of these views individually. If you know the commands, the attributes, and the views, you just know how to use Notion. Everything will be just intuitive. It'll all come to you. Anyway, have fun. Oh, click the bell if you want to see more of my videos, because I don't upload very often.